Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is Gary in Austin. We're going to record a podcast here. I'm Gary Carl. I'm a high school football coach in the Kansas City area.
I'm Austin McKee. Lived in KC all my life. Just manage a Corner Bakery Cafe, but I'm a huge sports fan. And we had talked about this for a while. We thought it'd be a lot of fun to record a podcast and talk about sports. We do it anyways at the bar or whatever, so we thought it'd be really fun to kind of get together and do this thing and see what happens.
So, all right, here we go. First podcast. We're just going to talk about sports. We're going to kind of go through the NFL playoffs this weekend and national championship game on Monday. So, first playoff game is Austin's Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Tennessee Titans here in Kansas City. Chiefs are an 8.5-point favorite, which more than a score in the NFL is a pretty good favorite. So, Austin, early thoughts on the game?
Well, I think probably Chiefs are favored by that much, really, just because they've probably been more consistent. Well, I mean, I say that consistent, like we've seen them be really, really good. Like they've beaten the Eagles, they beat the Patriots. So, like, we know the team can be good. Or, like, you watch Tennessee. Tennessee's been kind of like – Tennessee's been, like, good all year, but nothing great. So that's probably why it's a huge favorite, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd say Tennessee is kind of a little better than average NFL team from watching them all year. DeMarco Murray is out, who was their leading rusher this year.
That's huge. I didn't know that. So that's huge on that's probably why that line's so big. I mean, really.
Yeah, he got ruled out, I think, yesterday. That news came down, so officially out for the game. So I'm actually going to go with if I was going to bet this game, I'd go Tennessee in the points, just because I don't think that the Chiefs do win by 10. I think the Titans will keep it close in a playoff matchup this weekend.
Well, I like if I had to bet on the game. If I had to bet, I think I may go Chiefs. 8.5. I wouldn't go with like a ton of money, just because you're kind of looking at Mariota. Mariota's touchdown interception, which I really didn't know, is 13. It's 13 TDs to 15 picks, so he's not like a super accurate quarterback. Just comparison, Smith is 26 touchdowns to 5. So I don't. Mariota's kind of inconsistent. Arrowhead's like really tough. I still like Marcus Mariota.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I think the Chiefs definitely win the game. I just don't think they cover the 8.5.
Yeah. They got, let's see, Titans have a guard that's out. Quentin Spain, whatever. We'll see what that does. I mean, Chiefs pass rush has been kind of weird all year. So, I don't know. When you compare like their top players, it's a huge difference. So, like, Smith has got over 4,000 yards this year. Mariota's 3,200. So I think at quarterback, probably Alex Smith's probably better.
Yeah, I'd take Alex Smith over Mariota right now. Mm-hmm. I think Mariota has a higher ceiling than Alex Smith, but he's still early in his career. And Alex Smith is later in his career, more of the veteran. So I definitely think that, like I said, the Chiefs win. I just don't think they cover the 8.5.
That's a big favorite. It's crazy. I mean, I think the weather's supposed to be pretty decent and everything, so I don't think that's going to interfere.
Yeah, it's going to be 30 degrees.
It'll be a little cold.
Cold.
That's not bad, though.
No.
Titans last 5. Titans are 2-3 in their last 5. The Chiefs have 4-1 in their last 5, which their real bad loss to the Jets. The Titans have lost like at Arizona. Lost at San Francisco with Garoppolo, and then lost to the Rams, which is fine because
the Rams are really good.
The Rams are really good. So,
so speaking of the Rams, we'll go to the next game, which is Atlanta at the LA Rams. The line on that is the Rams to cover 6. Pretty much standard in the NFL. You're going to get 3 at home, so the lines makers say they got that doubled up of taking that to 6. So we got, I think the Rams will win this game, but I think it's definitely closer than the 6. Atlanta's definitely a more experienced team. Had a Super Bowl run last year. We're up in the Super Bowl. One of the few teams to go to the Super Bowl, lose, and then make the playoffs the following year.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And so they got in. They played pretty consistent. I mean, Matt Ryan, veteran. Rams, very young team. Gurley, Goff, young coach, McVay. But I still think they pull out this win at home against the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, I like Rams. I like Rams to win. I don't know. I think I like the Rams to cover the 6, maybe win by a touchdown. But because Atlanta's been kind of weird all year as far as like being like inconsistent and stuff. So I think I like the Rams. Gurley's a beast, but Freeman is too. So it's just kind of.
Yeah, Gurley is definitely a guy that they need to ride. He helped a lot of fantasy people out in the playoffs. Guys that had him definitely made a championship or got to championships if they had anybody else worth anything on their team. And, so he's a guy that definitely playoff football, coach turn around and give it to him and let Goff make some big throws in key situations.
They've been kind of using them all year like that.
Yeah.
They really kind of put it on their back. Gurley for sure. He's got a ton of carries and a ton of touches. And he was like a top like fantasy dude really because he's just they pretty much run their offense through him. He's kind of like back in the day when Rams used like Marshall Faulk so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Warner and all that.
Yeah. And, with the Rams, you're going to get a great defensive effort. I mean, Wade Phillips running that defense over there. His track record as a defensive coordinator is obviously phenomenal.
I love Wade Phillips' defenses.
Yeah. Head coach, not so much.
Well, that'd be, you'd know more about that because he's coaching your boys for a while. But, I remember, when he was in Denver, man, he was in Denver for 2 years, 3 years, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The defense is nasty. They had really good personnel, but they were super aggressive, and so that's kind of how the Rams play super aggressive, but it's a well coached unit, and I think it's almost like a good mix. Like the Rams are. I think the Rams. I don't know if the Rams are what I don't know where they rank in offense. Are they 2? Because I know Patriots are 1. Or no, maybe that's not correct. I'll look it up real quick.
All right, so the Rams are the number 10 offense.
Yeah, I thought they were. A lot higher than that. So they're 10, and what's crazy is actually some of the names that pop up on here. Did you know Jacksonville is the 6th highest offense?
No.
Did you know that? I didn't.
No,
I didn't know
not.
that. I knew New England was 1. I thought Rams might be 2, but it makes sense. It's the Saints. Saints are 2, and then Pittsburgh being 3 makes sense. Chargers are the 4th best offense. Kansas City's 5. So yeah, Rams are 10. But one thing that I think they do really well is that they run the ball really well.
Yep.
So they're. I think they do. Yeah, well, I guess they're 8th. Your top running team is Jacksonville. Second best, Dallas. So, anyways, I guess the Rams do have a good offense, and it's a lot better than it was last year, and that's why they're there. But
yeah, Rams, great, great defense, top 10 offense. If you can run the ball and play good defense, you can win a playoff game, especially at home in the NFL. Really, in any league, but you got to be able to run the ball, got to be able to play defense.
Comparing the 2 quarterbacks, it kind of looks like Goff has had a much better year. So, how good do you think? How good is Matt Ryan?
I think Matt Ryan is definitely a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Whether he's in that elite status, I would say no, he's not elite, but he's definitely a top 10 guy that has had success, been able to throw the ball very well in his time in the NFL.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have him as an elite quarterback, and I don't have Goff either as elite. But I mean, Goff's numbers are good: 28 touchdowns, 7 picks. It was like I'll take that. I'll take that any time. That's pretty good. So I guess final pick on that is like you're going. We're both picking Rams.
Yeah, both picking the Rams to win, but I'm gonna take. Again, I'm not going to take them to win by 6.
So how much do you think Rams win?
I think they win by field goal.
Like it's 3?
Yep.
Okay.
I think they win by 3.
Over-under's 48.5.
I was terrible on over-unders the whole college bowl season. So I'm not even picking that.
I'm gonna go with the under. I think both teams play good defense, and then whatever. So, and then it's still in Los Angeles, which was 4-4 at home because no one goes to their freaking games because LA fans they suck.
Yeah,
they're really, besides like Lakers fans, but people just go to Lakers games to show off that they're there, or whatever. So I think LA fans suck. So
yeah, it's definitely not. LA is definitely not an NFL town by any means or stretch the imagination.
Freaking Miami and all that. Miami and Florida and all of them are the same way with their pro teams. They suck.
Yeah.
They don't go any of the games or nothing. So, all right. So, we'll move on to the next game is Buffalo-Jacksonville.
Buffalo-Jacksonville. We got Jacksonville hosting Buffalo, who's in the playoffs for the first time in 15 years. We just talked about Wade Phillips. He was their head coach the last time they were in the playoffs. Might remember a little play called the Music City Miracle.
I forgot about that.
Against the Tennessee Titans when they went to the Super Bowl. So that was Buffalo's last time in the playoffs. Back then, Wade Phillips, head coach, and
I forgot all about that.
Yep. So Buffalo, happy to be there. What's the line on this game?
ESPN, the Pick Center has it at 8.5. Which is same as Chiefs.
Same as the Chiefs.
But I like. Who do you like?
I'm going Jacksonville to cover because I think Buffalo is just happy to be there. I don't think they keep it close. I think they're going to be one of those teams that's just happy to be there.
I like Jacksonville to win, and then I think Jacksonville covers that spread. I think Jacksonville is hyped. I think that Coughlin has changed the atmosphere there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really,
they're another team hadn't been in the playoffs in 10 years.
Dude, like the whole thing changed. Really, because their roster really. I mean, they got Fournette. Other than that, like their roster really isn't that different from last year. And I think they won like 4 games last year.
Yeah.
So like really a different Fournette's an awesome running back. He's great. That's like a dude that people shouldn't have passed on if they passed on him. He's a beast. He's a workhorse. Kind of like the running back that's in Buffalo, Shady McCoy. But like look at Bortles, man. Bortles is way improved. He's 21 touchdowns, 13 picks. Where last year you probably could have like flip flopped those numbers.
Yep.
Bortles played pretty good.
He did. I mean, and again, I think the leadership of Tom Coughlin coming in there at Jacksonville, hiring a good coach, Doug Marrone, a guy he can trust. Again,
yeah.
They're playing much better defense. Get your quarterback to not make big mistakes that cost you games, and be able to run the football. I mean, it's kind of like the same philosophy that the LA Rams took. The LA Rams took to be able to turn their season around, because again they were another team that didn't have a very good year last year, but are in the playoffs this year. So yeah, Tom Coughlin coming in Jacksonville, even though he's not coaching, just obviously 2-time Super Bowl winner as a coach, head coach, and being able to show some leadership and get that team winning some games for sure.
How many times does it take? Like it's like you bring in somebody new or a new coach, and you could have this